I'm so happy that you guys are tuning in. If you're loving all the content you're seeing so far, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that way you don't miss a thing. So today, I have a very special guest, one of my best friends, Madison.
Hi.
Madison is one of my bestest friends, and the other night we were having girl chat, and we asked you guys on Instagram, like, what are your dating questions? I guess, like, we got into this conversation because we were talking about, like, how much of a hot mess dating is in COVID. Not that I have to date right now, but I do know a thing or two. And Madison said that I would be a pretty good person at giving everybody some advice. Right? Or what?
Yes.
Do you think? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the dating guru.
I mean, I think I was really good at it. I mean, not that I ever dated anyone in my life except for Stanley, right? Duh. Of course.
Loyalty.
Yeah, loyalty, right? But in the event I did date some other people, I might have a tip or two for you. So here we are, the Charlie and Madison show.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. Okay, so we got some questions from all of you guys on Instagram. Y'all sent me some DMs, y'all sent me some questions, so let's get into them. So what do we have? Wait, hold up. Pop it. Okay, so let's get into these
So we have our
questions. What do you have? Okay.
Okay, so the first question is, what if a guy doesn't want to take you on a date because of COVID, but wants you to come over to his home?
First date?
First date.
No.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Why would we be going to your home? We do not know you. And COVID is not an excuse. These guys are just using that to lure you into their home. And
Because they are out.
they are out and about in these streets. Don't let them fool you.
They are at the mall. We see you. We see you at the bar. We see you at restaurants, and we know that you're just trying to. Am I right?
You're right. And no, the answer is no.
They're probably not even going to cook you a proper meal.
They're not
and
cooking
you
nothing.
don't know how they live their life. You don't know if their kitchen is clean.
No.
You don't know.
And you know another thing, you have to make sure that you're setting the right tone, right? When you're dating, you need to set the right tone. If he begins taking you over to his house, first up, he's going to keep taking you to his house. At least start setting yourself up on a good foot, you know, go to a good dinner, you know?
Yeah, go out for a
Proper.
cocktail, something.
Proper. Okay, yeah, no.
Our next question is, okay, when is it okay to sleep with someone you're dating, but you haven't decided which way you want the relationship to go? Now
We have different answers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I err along the side of waiting because you don't know that man, and if you're not certain, you want to play the game right. You just want to play it right. I say play it safe. What if he's a potential bae? What if he's a real keeper? Now, if you know he's not no keeper, then I mean, I guess it's a free for all. But
like,
I
how
would
much
wait.
time would you say?
like maybe 3 or 4 months.
Months.
Yes, for him to properly court you.
Months.
That's what I would say.
I was gonna say 3 or 4 dates.
Good night. Now, we are on two ends of the spectrum.
Okay, and clearly one person's married and one person is single. So y'all probably should not be taking advice from me.
Also, but we should submit a disclaimer. I'm 32 and Madison is 25. So also, I still wouldn't do it at 25. So, you know, look. Because when you are 25, you got a short window. Okay, girls in your 20s, listen up. You got a short window. You gotta bag them before 29. You gotta get the guy before 29 because once you hop on into that 30 mark, it's a new game. Now, it doesn't mean that you're out of the game, it's just a new game. But those
True.
20s, you gotta make sure that if you are meeting up or dating an eligible bachelor, right? And it's somebody that you really like and you can see a future with, you have to be in the game. If you solidify that time in your 20s and you bag them and you get that guy during that time, you're gonna win. Now 30s, that's a different game. You know, you're looking for different things when you're 30s. It doesn't mean that it's over by any means, but if you're in your 20s, you need to be playing smart, Madison.
Okay, wait, but 3 or 4 months?
I mean, we've been in a pandemic for like 9 months. I mean, it'll go by real fast.
Okay. What is a red flag for you? Okay, like once you've gotten, you know, if he takes you on a couple of dates and then
Okay.
you decide to go to his house, what is a red flag for you whenever you get to his house? Because you know that could be a make it or break it type of point.
Let me tell you, I have a few red flags. I mean, first off, You need to be scoping out the home. Does he do his dishes? You know,
True.
is it clean? You know, did he take out his trash? Does he have a dog that's like peeing everywhere? That's disgusting.
Piss
Is
pot.
he changing those sheets? And here's a big thing for me.
Oh my God, the sheets.
That's disgusting.
Repulsed.
That's
Repulsed.
disgusting. But here's a big thing for me. Where is his comforter set? Like, are you dating a man with mismatched sheets and comforter sets? Like, what is he sleeping on?
I actually went to this man's house. He didn't even have a sheet at all, a top sheet.
Just to fit it?
All that this man had was a fitted sheet and a comforter. And actually, his pillowcases were mismatched.
Nothing tells me that you come from a bad home like a mismatched sheet set.
And I hope that he's watching this.
Tune in, we know who you are. Oh my Lord.
No class.
Okay, so what are your red flags whenever you see at somebody's home?
Okay. Well, this is now talking about that same man. I feel like I should not be exposing myself like this. But this man, I went to go use his bathroom. To my surprise, it was absolutely disgusting. Clean your toilet. Clean your toilet.
That is disgusting.
It is.
How is that
so-
toilet not clean? But here's another thing. Let's get into this because women, we're being real, right? Okay, so let's get into it. You need to maintain a clean home too, right? Like you need to make sure that your dishes are clean. Look, I am not like Miss Susie Homemaker by any means, but Stanley, I can keep a clean house, but when it comes to my clothes, it's
It's a wrap.
a wrap. Like all my is on the floor. I can't help it.
No,
all
I'm
of
the
this
same way.
stuff is on the floor. So what I used to do when I first started dating Stanley, I would just like,
Yeah, I mean,
shove it.
stuff
So
it
that
in
way
a
he could think
dresser
I was like a
drawer.
proper lady.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I did. So ladies, make sure that you're doing your part too, because he's checking you out too. If you have a nasty bathroom, he don't want to be with you.
Is dating men who only have money politically correct?
No, that is not politically correct. Okay, this is a touchy subject, right? Like, you know, I'm a cross between like a city girl and like an independent woman. You know, I love JT. And they have the right idea. I'm not talking about the materialistic things, but like if you get what, like ambition is everything. It's not about having money. It's about dating someone with ambition and drive. Like that man will never be broke. That man will always be trying to make a way for his family. That man will always be trying to be a provider, whether he's working in corporate America, whether he is, you know, working as an entrepreneur. Like, you can't discriminate against that. Like, I think a man is a boss in a lot of different ways, and it doesn't mean that he has to, like, buy you a Birkin tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you supposed to tell a guy your intentions immediately or wait until a relationship is established?
I think you need to set up your intentions without looking like a sociopath, because you could look like a psycho at the dinner table. If you're like, I am looking for a husband tomorrow. No, I think, okay, this is what I used to do when I was dating. I would ask like probing questions. Here's a hot tip. Like, ask a guy a lot of questions when you're on a date. Like, make him think that like you're so interested in everything that he talks about. Like, just
He'll eat it up.
he will eat it up. It feeds into his ego, honey. They love it. They love talking about themselves. So whenever you're doing that, you should ask like probing questions. Like this used to be my go-to question. So what type of girls do you like? Like, what are deal breakers for you? Because those type of questions already allude to you are looking for a person. Like you are looking for a partner. I'm not looking to be your homegirl. I'm looking to see what you are interested in. You know what I mean? If you just say like, oh, so what do you do? Or, oh, like, you know, like, oh, you know, what part of town are you from? It just makes it so casual. And I think that whenever you ask those like probing questions about relationships, so what was your last relationship like? Why did y'all break up? Like, so what happened? Those type of questions let him know that you have serious intentions without blatantly saying, I am actually searching for a husband in 6 months. So could it be you? Okay.
I'm a feminist but want to be with a grown man. How do I navigate that and when do I pay for things?
Aren't all women feminists at this point?
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
if you're not a feminist, what are you?
Well, not the ones that voted for Donald Trump.
True, but that
Which
ain't
is,
my
you know,
audience.
70 million people in America.
That ain't
Anyways,
my audience.
you're right. So yes, at this point, like everybody's a feminist, like women's power, like
You being a feminist, right? And we as women have to figure out how to navigate this and like walk the fine line, right? You being a feminist has nothing to do with gender roles. I'm a feminist. I'm a very strong feminist, but I do believe in some gender roles, you know?
And, like,
I want my
Courtney-
husband to be a provider. That doesn't mean that I don't provide as well, but that I want my husband to be the head of household and I want him to run it. Like, I find that attractive, if you ask me. So if that's the kind of man that you're looking for, you have to understand within your feminist ideology, right? Ooh, vocabulary, she did go to Baylor, bye. But within that, you have to make sure that you know that your femininity is just as powerful as being a feminist.
this is the only thing to cure a hangover, guys. Let's be real.
We feel very relaxed.
Very relaxed. Anyways, okay, we weren't gonna go into this, but I think that it's a really serious question that we need to ask. Now, if you are younger, I truly, truly hope that you are not watching this YouTube video. I think you need to censor this. Can you do that for 18 and up? Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, this is the question. So what if a guy is like super sweet, like he has all of the qualities that you're looking for, except for his penis size. His penis size is lacking. Now, what do you do in that instance? Because he gives you everything that you could possibly want. He's super sweet, he's ambitious. He's what we've been talking about in this entire video. And then you wait 3 months, because that's what Charlie wants you to do. Okay, you wait 3 months to have sex with this man, and you discover you have gotten into the relationship so deep. You discover that this man's penis is the size of a bell pepper.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
What do you do?
Guys,
Truly, what do you do? Because for me, it's a no-go. I'm so sorry, sir.
You're just so judgmental.
That is a big thing, though. That is a big thing. And now I know that somebody on Instagram said that you could use a penis enhancer. I have never heard of it.
Guys, for a disclaimer, I did not want to go here, okay? This harlot over here is raising questions.
I know that it's the question that everybody is wanting to ask.
Ask me that, you need to go. It was not even noon when I did that questionnaire. And you're over here, your mind is in the gutter. I think that gentleman could still be a contender. Maybe he knows how to, work it. Work it.
Move his hips.
Yeah, I guess you would have to put your hip into it. If you are a lady at home, if you are a lady at home struggling with this type of issue, just know
that you should break up with them.
Maybe there's just more motion in the ocean, Like maybe just tell him to put his back into it,
I just really don't think that there's any getting past that unless they get surgery. Now that is a thing, penis surgery, it is a thing. So if you really love him and like you really, really want to make it work, perhaps you could suggest that. Or you could just go to the sex store and you can see what type of enhancements they have to offer.
I think they have stuff. Like remember there used to be like infomercials and it was like extends. I do not want an extends ad on my YouTube channel. Okay?
An infomercial.
Let's move on.
Okay,
I don't know
anyways.
what to tell y'all to do.
She wants to tell you that it is a deal breaker. I'm sorry, hate to say it. I'll be the real one here, but it is a deal breaker and I'm sure that y'all will agree. If you like a guy and he likes you, but he just wants to be friends, should you still talk to him? Well, then he doesn't like you.
It depends. I think it depends on how old you are. Like if you're 22, why not have a friend? Who cares, right? But if you're 32 and you have like, and you really want to get married or you want to have kids, like, look, I know that nobody wants to talk about age, you know, because it's kind of hard for us 30-year-old plus ladies to realize that we're 30-year-old plus, but like, let's just be real with ourselves. We have different intentions and we want to get married and we want to find our forever partner. And if that man isn't coinciding with what you're wanting, then no, don't talk to him anymore. But if you're 22 and, you know, you just kind of want to see where it goes from there, you have more flexibility with that.
Yeah, but I also just think that if it's gonna be the right guy for you, like he's not going to say that he just wants to be friends with you. So
you know what? There might be some extraneous factors though. Like, you know, look, I give guys a lot of grace because sometimes they're just not that bright. You know, so sometimes you kind of got to give guys grace. And if you have the time to give them grace, right? Give them grace. If you don't have the time to give them grace, then don't.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good answer. I would say no.
Madison don't have no time if y'all can't tell. She don't have no time. She got deal breakers every day.
I have a lot of stipulations.
And she better get it together, okay?
I am single if anybody's watching this. How long should you date someone as just a girlfriend?
I think that depends too. Once again, age, grace. You know, if you're younger, you don't really, it's not like I gotta be married at 25. You know, like, you just, guys take a lot. Like, they don't have it all figured out. Like, us women, we mature faster, so we know what exactly we want and what exactly we're looking for. Guys play the field a lot. Let's just be real.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're on the same wavelength, like no matter what age you are, like whenever you're with that right person who wants to take it to the next level, like if y'all are dating and then he wants you to become his girlfriend, or if you're then, you know, in a relationship, like exclusive, and then he wants to propose to you, as long as you're with the right guy and like y'all are at the same point in your life, like it's going to flow organically.
Yeah, like, I mean, for example, just giving you my own personal testimony, Stanley and I dated for like, what, 7 years? So we dated a long time, but I was 24 when I met Stanley. So like, for me, no, I was actually 23 when I met Stanley. So like, for me, you know, I was not ready to be married in 2 years. I can't say that for myself. Now, when we finally did get married, like probably a year prior to whenever we got engaged, I was like, okay, I need to know like what we're doing with this and where we're going with this. And that's whenever although we were dating, it was just kind of like, this is my line in the sand, and now I'm really trying to figure out like where we're going with this relationship. And then we figured out that we were both on the same wavelength. So I think you just have to figure out, just like Madison was saying, like, are you guys like, look, focus on yourself, girl. And from there, the man will come. You know, you might have to, and we don't tell each other this a lot, but like, if you're having trouble dating, you need to be like inward seeking, right? Like you need to be self-reflective and figure out like, what tactics can I do and what things can I do to like really, you know, master dating and get a guy. Like, it's not rocket science. Boys are not that difficult. So, you know, sometimes you might need to change the game a little bit, you know, so that way you can achieve the results that you want. It's a numbers game. Okay, so here's our last question. So I actually came up with this question because I think it's something that all of us ladies need to share. So like, what are, Madison, your like, get 'em? Like, what do you do to attract a man, like when you're trying to grab a guy's attention and kind of really solidify the deal, like on a first date? Like, you want him to know that you're it.
I would say be your full self. I mean, I'm usually just like, you know, funny, nice.
Madison is literally one of the funniest people.
And I just try to, you know, like make the guy feel comfortable, and usually it ends up working and I get a second date.
Okay.
But it doesn't always happen that way.
I think you need to play the game, sis. Okay, we're walking into the first date. You need to be wearing your flyest outfit. You need to be trying on your outfit the night before. You need to send it to a friend. And don't be a pinner. You don't have to have it buttoned all the way up to here, you know. Give him a little shoulder, a little neck,
do not be a
mini
slutted.
skirt. You know, you ain't gotta be a fool, you know.
Whore.
Whore. But you know, show him that you can be whore-ish. You know, show him that you have a little razzmatazz, okay? First off, then you need to make sure that hair is right. Make sure your weave, your track isn't showing. Make sure that you're laid down, glued down, and all the way around. So that way you can drop it like a
But don't do too much. Don't do too much.
No, you need to do the most. You need to be having a full beat. You need to be having your hair done. You need to be having, you need to walk into the room like, well, goddamn, I am underdressed. That's how you want him to feel, okay?
To an extent.
No, you.
Now, don't pull up in a sequined bodycon number.
No, did nobody say anything? Look swaggy, but show him that you can bring it. So you are going to be the hot girl that he runs into. And then you're going to be beauty and brains, because when you get to talking, you're going to be asking probing questions. You're going to be like, so what kind of girl do you like? Order yourself a cocktail, no more than 2. Anything after 2, you're going to be disastrous. You're going to be disheveled.
It's
and
a
you
wrap.
Need to get yourself together. Then, you know, be fun, be flirtatious, do a little,
Yeah, touch them on the shoulder.
Touch them on the shoulder. You know, laugh at those stupid jokes. I say don't be yourself, honey. Give him the best version of yourself. This is an interview, okay? You want him to think, wow, I walked away and I met the most amazing lady I've ever met in my life. Yes, that is me. I am 1 degree away from Beyonce. That's how you want him to feel. Yes, oh, is that J-Lo or is that Sandra? Okay, bitch, it's you.
Get it, Sandra.
So you put out your best foot forward. And if you're looking, I know people are struggling, like finding guys in COVID. If you need to find a guy in COVID, you need to, go to like bars, like where they're playing a game or something like that.
Or go to a bar that the type of guy that you want would go to.
Yeah, like
don't see yourself at a
bar
Hooters,
and
where
you don't want a Hooters man. I wouldn't dare take a Hooters man. You don't want that man. You want like a man that likes a good classy wing.
You want somebody that likes, a Manhattan, not somebody that likes a Bud Light.
Colt 45. No, there's some girls out here that don't mind a Bud Light. But you'll figure out if you like Bud Light man.
To each his own. To each his own.
This is for everybody. But if you want a Bud Light man, I don't know where they're at. I think they at Hooters. But if you don't want a Bud Light man, maybe you want a man that wants like a little sidecar.
Somebody a little swaggy,
or a old, what do they call it?
An old fashioned?
An old fashioned. I was going to call it an Old Spice. You don't want a man wearing no Old Spice.
That is a prepubescent boys' locker room.
Good night. Okay, so I hope we've given you guys enough dating tips today. I feel like we did good. I feel like we gave you free game.
I think so too. And I think that it's good to see it from 2 different perspectives.
Yes.
One person who has their life together and one person who doesn't.
She has her life together, guys.
My dating life.
Is not
My dating life is in complete shambles. I'm just kidding. Don't put that in there, please.
2021, we're gonna get it together.
No, because I don't want anybody that I'm dating to see this.
It's okay if they see it. They know what
No,
you like.
I don't want them to see my shambles part.
Well, okay.
We have
She's
to cut
not
that.
in shambles. She's not in shambles.
We gotta cut that.
Guys, thank you so much for sending us your questions, A. Then B, of course, thank you for tuning in to the Charlie and Madison show.
And if you want a part 2,
yes,
you have to comment,
yes,
like,
and give us
subscribe.
more questions so that way we can answer them on the next round. And then we'll get you together. We are going into 2021
the
strong.
baddest in the game, okay?
Period.
Of